absolutely everything is getting leaked nowadays, a lot more than used to happen before. There's no longer that nice feeling of suspense while waiting for a new product to come out, those beautiful moments spent wondering what new cool features will they add, because everything is pretty much out in the open before the official release date. Take for example the new Samsung Note 10. I know it's not a motorcycle, it's a phone that was launched this week. No big surprises there because everything had leaked online in great detail weeks and months before. Nowadays the same is true for motorcycle manufacturers, and today we are discussing Triumph again. They don't even bother to camouflage the test mule anymore when it goes out for testing. It's just sitting there naked in all of its glory, with the name even written on it. Madness. So it turns out that it really is good business practice for manufacturers to leak their products out, and we're gonna try and help with that today. We're of course talking about the brand new Triumph Tiger 900, as it's probably going to be called. Stick around. Get your motorbike news in a pleasant way. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Triumph is going through a sort of renaissance period this year with a lot of new models coming out. By the time the year is out, we will probably see about 10 new models or updated models from them. The Triumph Tiger actually has been updated quite a bit for 2018 with about 200 different modifications done to it, but Triumph obviously wasn't happy with it and decided that if they had to update it again for the Euro 5 specification, why not just go full out? We are of course talking about the very hot and profitable mid-size adventure segment here, so Triumph decided to put their Sunday clothes on and go dancing. Good joke there, Dave. I'm proud of you. Extra slice of bread for you tonight. Looking at the spy shots, this seems to be the HCX variant of the Tiger, which is the off-road oriented version, and the first thing that strikes you is the sleeker LED headlamp, which still has the typical Triumph shape but is now a lot sleeker and 2020-ish. The windscreen is also new as well and is now split into two pieces, which adds to the wind protection of the bike as well. Actually, most of the parts on the bike are new, which shows just how serious Triumph is about the mid-size adventure segment. Starting with the chassis of the bike, it's a brand new design. While still a tubular steel trellis design, the subframe is now bolted on rather than the current welded on one. Now, the real star of the show here is of course the engine. The current 800 has a triple cylinder engine configuration, but this means that it lacks the low-end power of most of its competitors, so more than likely it's going to go up in capacity. Everybody online seems to agree to somewhere around 887 cc's, which would also mean the horsepower number will go up to a little over 100 horsepower. This means that it will beat its German rival, the BMW 850 GS, which currently has 95 horsepower, and also be in line with the new larger Africa Twin, which is expected to put out 101 horsepower, but at a much larger engine capacity of 1084 cc's, almost 200 cc's more, and no gain in power. That's where torque comes in. But nobody understands torque, so I don't want you to explain it to me, Dave. You're gonna get me more confused. It's magic, just leave it there. Torque is magic. No point in talking about it anymore. Another clever bit which Triumph has done here is to split the large radiator that was in front in two separate ones on the sides. This means that the front wheel has more room to move when the suspension compresses without the need to actually increase the bike's wheelbase. Very good news for off-road riders. Speaking of suspension, it seems to be premium as well, with gold Showa or Öhlins forks in the front and a white spring in the back which could indicate a WP shock. No electronic adjustment spotted yet, as there seems to be a preload adjuster knob below the seat, which can be good news for some since it keeps the price down. Brembo brakes provide the stopping power on the front and the back, and you also get treated to a brand new swing arm. However, one of the best advantages of this model over the previous one is the introduction of laced spoked wheels, which finally means tubeless tires. I know that for the die-hard among you, this is not really an improvement, since real men don't have a problem changing tubes in the middle of nowhere, but for the daisies among us, like me, that would rather throw the bike away than spend any time under the hot sun taking wheels and tires off, this is one of the best improvements. Thank you, Triumph. The bike that we see in the spy shots seems to be very close to production, and it's highly likely that Triumph will unveil a full range of new XC models by the end of this year at EICMA. Let us know in the comments what gets you excited about the new features on this bike, and also what you would have wished from Triumph for the new 900X series. What? Oh, and Dave also wants to know why it looks so much like a BMW 850 GS. Just passing the message along. Well, that's the show, everybody. Give it a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming a patron to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.